Hi Westside Wellbeing crew. You might notice if you have done part 1 of our hip and lower back release, we are continuing straight on for part 2. So you can loop these together, but if you haven't done part 1, do not worry, we can just go straight into this round. So we're doing hip and lower back release. This time we're starting from standing up and no pigeon pose. So if that's not a favorite for you, don't worry, we're not doing it in this hip and lower back sequence. So to start off with, just come to stillness on your mat, maybe feet hip distance apart, and just notice how you're feeling. Maybe take a little wiggle, a little shake, a little release through the arms, through the legs, through the hands, through the wrists. It might feel a bit awkward, but just let it all go. And that might help you come to a little bit of stillness here as we connect to how we're breathing. And just notice how the day you're having is affecting the way your body feels, is affecting the way your thoughts are traveling through your mind, and affecting the way that you're breathing. And if you want to slow it down even more, just maybe bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the chest, and just notice as you inhale how the body moves and how the body moves as you exhale. Nice. Let's bring the hands to the hips and we're just going to start to circle around into the hips. Nice big circles. Or as big as you want to go today. We're going to circle back the other way. And if you're feeling jazzy, you could turn this into a figure of 8. So it feels a little bit more snaky. And if you've done a figure of 8, see if you can reverse your figure of 8 now. And then start to come to stillness. Lovely. We're going to take one leg and just open and close into that hip. So it's like you're stepping up and over a tiny little fence or a wall or something, just on one side. We're going to come into some balance in a minute. So just get used to opening and closing into that leg. Not a motion that we get a chance to do that much in our daily life. We're going to swap over, go on to the other side. You can tap that toe down. You could bring the foot down. You decide how big you want the step to be. Really feeling it into that hip joint. Make sure you're still breathing. Couple more. Lovely. Start to find yourself in a still position, feet hip distance apart. We're going to ground down into the left leg, left hand to left hip, and slide your right hand to the right knee, lifting up that right foot. If you're feeling wobbly today, use a wall, grab a chair, whatever you need to help with your balance. From here, as you inhale, start to open that hip out towards the side. Staying here, or release that left arm and maybe gaze follows the fingertips. On your next inhale, come all the way back to center. Interlace your fingers around the top of the shin. Give it a nice big squeeze. Feel that pinch into your right hip. And release your right leg down. Lovely. Shake out the legs if you need to, particularly that standing leg. Same thing on the other side. Ground into the right leg. Left thigh comes up. Left hand to the knee, right hand to the hip. Standing nice and tall. Keep breathing. As you inhale, start to open the hip out towards the side. Maybe release the fingertips from the hip, and you could start to turn your gaze to follow the fingertips. On your next inhale, come all the way back to center. Interlace your fingers around the top of the shin. Nice big squeeze here. Deep pinch into that left hip. Try not to drop the foot if you can help it. And release the leg down. Lovely. Shake out those legs. Okay. Not quite finished with the balancing postures yet. We're going to do tree pose. And you might be familiar with tree pose. We think about the balance first and we forget that it's a hip opener. So I really want you to think here as you ground down into your left leg, open the right hip. Think about this hip opener and keep the hip open. If you pick a foot position and your knee starts to come in, just go back down. So your foot options are heel resting on the side of the ankle. Foot might come up to the inner shin or to the inner thigh. Just make sure the hip is still open and you're not pushing the foot into the side of the knee. Lovely. Hands can come into prayer at the heart center. Just breathe. Nice work. Let's release the foot, release the hands. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Open the hip first. Then pick where you want the foot, but if it starts to bring the knee in, the hip in, just go down a little further with your foot on the leg. We want the hip to be nice and open as you find your balance. Tailbone is tucked under, you're not sticking your bum out behind you. Hands to prayer. Think about pushing the foot into the leg, leg pushing back. It's going to help you open up into that hip. Nice. Release the foot. Release the hands. Breathe. Step the feet to hip distance. I'm going to show you this one from the side. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, bend the knees, sit back into an imaginary chair behind you. And as you inhale, we sweep the arms up. Check you can see your toes pointing past your knees. Think about tucking your tailbone under. Maybe sink the hips a little lower. Nice. As you inhale, push down into the feet. Come up to standing. Just breathe. So we're going to do that again 2 more times with a couple of different options. You will see. So nice deep inhale. As you exhale, bend the knees. Inhale to sweep the arms up. You can come onto the ball of the right foot and hold here, or see if you can bring your right ankle on top of your left thigh, opening the hip and the knee out to the side, pushing your hips backwards. Arms could stay lifted or bring the hands to the hips. Keep pushing the hips back, bend into that left knee. And come all the way up to standing. Release the legs. I bet you can tell what's coming next. Take a couple of breaths first. As you exhale, bend into the knees, sink the hips. Inhale to sweep the arms up. This time it's the left foot. We're lifting the heel, or the whole ankle comes up to rest on top of the right thigh. Push those hips back behind you. Maybe hands come to the hips. Your choice. See how you can make the hip opener work best for you. Take a breath. Nice. As you inhale, come all the way up to standing. Release. Shake out those legs. Nice work. Find stillness. Breathe. We're going to start to find our way down towards the mat. We start by taking the feet wide to the width of the mat, toes turning out. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, bend into the knees. Start to sink your hips down towards the floor, and maybe bring your elbows, your forearms to rest on your thighs, or maybe elbows come to the insides of the knees, hands into a prayer. Now, keep your elbows or forearms connected to your legs. As you inhale, we lift the hips up. As you exhale, we lower the hips. 2 more like this. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Last one, inhaling and exhaling. Lovely. When you get here, we're going to just take the weight from one foot to the other, lifting the heel of each foot. As we take the weight from one side to the other, hands could come to the floor or they stay in your prayer, your choice. And then from here, bring your hands back behind you, settle your hips to the floor and turn to face the long edge of your mat. Take your legs nice and wide. So we're going to take a wide leg forward fold here. And if you know you find it difficult to hinge here from your hips, sit on a cushion. It's going to help. We take the legs nice and wide. Toes point up, knees are pointing up. Fingertips come to the floor behind us. Inhale, nice long spine. As you exhale, lean forwards. Just lean. Long spine. The movement is coming from the hips, not the back. You could stay here or bring your hands out in front of you. Try and keep the toes pointing up, the knees pointing up. Excellent. As you inhale, start to come all the way back up. Nice. Bend into your right leg, right foot to the inside of the thigh. Keep the left leg straight and out to the side. Left hand slides down the left leg, right arm reaches up and over. Shoulder away from the ear, gaze up towards the lifted fingers. On your next inhale, coming all the way up, drop the right hand behind you, left arm reaches up, gaze follows the fingertips. You could stay here if you're feeling a bit more energetic. Open up through the chest, lift the hips up, breathe. And as you exhale, lower the hips all the way back to the mat. Now, the straight leg, your left leg, we're going to bend. And line it up to the long edge of your mat. So your left shin parallel to the long edge of your mat. And bring your right shin parallel to the short edge of your mat. So we call this like a zigzag. Right shin parallel to the short edge of your mat. Left shin parallel to the long edge of your mat. Sitting up nice and square here on your hips. You can stay exactly here. Or start to walk the hands forwards, coming down onto hands, maybe down onto forearms, maybe bowing the head down. Beautiful focus and stillness. Let's inhale to come all the way up. Bring your hands back behind you. Now, from here, we're just going to start to windscreen wiper the knees from side to side. So you're taking your knees from the top edge of the mat back around to the back edge of the mat. And we're just getting used to that external and internal hip rotation. Before we come back into our second wide leg forward fold. So end up facing towards the long edge of your mats. Take your feet wide again. Sitting up nice and tall, coming onto that cushion if that helps with your tilt in your pelvis. We bring the fingertips back behind us. You can stay here. Just imagine your spine lifting out from your pelvis here so you can start to lean forwards, lay it down towards the floor. Maybe hands come out in front of you, or this time you might be able to grab hold of your feet and use that contact to help keep pulling your spine out from your pelvis and laying it down towards the floor. Excellent. As you inhale, release the hands, come all the way back up. Bend into your left leg. Bring the left foot to the inside of the thigh. Slide right hand down the right leg. Start to reach your left arm up and over. Gaze is following the lifted fingertips up above you. Keep the top shoulder away from your ear. As you inhale, come all the way up. Plant that left hand to the floor behind you. Right arm reaches up to the ceiling. Gaze follows fingertips. And then from here, same option to lift up through the hips. Open the chest. Breathe. And as you exhale, come all the way back down. So we're coming into zigzag pose, this time facing the other way. So remember, you've got your right shin parallel to the long edge of the mat, left shin parallel to the top edge of your mat, or just make sure it's the other way around from how you did it before. You could sit here. You could bring your fingertips to the floor, maybe behind you, maybe one hand in front to help. And then maybe start to lean forwards, maybe hands to floor, forearms to floor, bowing the head down, your choice. Take a couple more breaths. And as you inhale, start to come all the way back up. Bring your hands to the floor behind you and just start to windscreen wiper those knees from side to side. Nice. Now, finish facing the long edge of your mat. Come to a seated position, but this time we're going to slide the soles of the feet together. This is our kind of last full asana here. You can stay here. You could be sat on something to elevate the hips. You could bring fingertips behind you to help you lean forwards, just like we've been doing. Or you could bring your hands onto your ankles, your lower shins, or wrap your hands around the tops of your feet. Inhale to sit nice and tall. Remember, we hinge from the hips. This is a hip and lower back release. So there's no point rounding the back here. We want shoulders away from ears. We want shoulder blades squeezing together. As you hinge from those hips, breathe. Excellent. Inhale to come all the way back up. Find a comfortable seated position and we just take a few breaths of stillness here. Connect to the breath. Notice how you're breathing, how the breath is moving through your body right now. And we're going to take one sighing breath just to help let everything go. Nice deep inhale through the nose. Let it all out through the mouth. taking this moment to thank your incredible mind and body for getting you to the mat, for getting you through your practice. Thank you so much for joining me, sharing your energy with me and everyone else who does this video. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste. Thank you so much, guys. So this was part 2. If you didn't do part 1, go ahead and do part 1. It's different hip openers, a little more mat based rather than standing up as we were for half of this session. And as always, if you liked it, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, pop comments in the comments, let us know what you like, what you want more of. And yeah, we've done a couple on hips and lower back. There's more if you go back through the series. If you want something more active, we've got Pilates coming up, and plenty of videos for you to choose from. We will be back next week. As always, I've been Harriet. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care. Bye.